Hello, everyone. I had to have the tablet really close to me because I didn't realize that I only had this much battery left. So I have it plugged in, but there's only so much. So I have really close up. Yay. It's fall break here. So I have all my grandchildren except for one of them has to go to the dentist today. Yes, but I have the girls, all the girls here. So it'll be a fun day. Everybody's working a little bit on a fall cold as well, but it seems as if everybody's having a great immune system here. So, which brings me to one thing I really quickly want to share here that I saw, and it was kind of funny. But again, why do I even think that's funny? Because it really isn't. Due to the fact that I also know on how something like that can really strain relationships within a three-generation family. The mom sits there and sounds like maybe her mom. It doesn't say if it was her mom or the husband's mom. It says, now you had, your grandchild and you did this, this, and this. Here's the rule book. No sugar, bedtime and so, blah, 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 blah. And the grandma just kind of, yeah, okay, well, I don't care. And has a shirt, well, she's at grandma's house, not your house. No one should do that. That's not the right way to go. And it's not funny, and jokes like that shouldn't be out there either. Just saying. Oh, but it's just a joke. Is it? Yes. Um, First of all, as a grandma, why would I not want the best possible health for my grandchildren? I cared very much about that with my children, and I'm sure, I mean, any good grandparent out there is even going to be more willing to make sure that these little bodies grow up as healthy as possible, since we are already older and know on if you don't take good care of yourself, this and that, and what can happen to you. Do I really want that to happen to my children or my grandchildren? So again, this grandma had to say, man, you need to be slapped in the face. I know it's just a skit, okay? I got it. But still, you'd be slapped in the face. Say, hey, wake up. What are you doing? And what are you teaching people out there? All right. Who? Okay. In the skit. Yes. So I very much was with the mom. Then the husband comes in, right? And she says, hey, I need you to come over here and support me, in this. Right? This is about our child. And grandma's kind of going a little bit off. Well, she should follow our guidelines, right? Yes, our rules when it comes to our own child. Anyway, so here goes the grandma and says, hey, I made some cookies. Do you want to go and get some? Oh, cookies. Up, see ya. And I thought, wow, yeah, right there. No, as a husband, you go, hey, you know what? We'll put those cookies away. And then when it is the right time, after a good meal, this snack, we'll have one or two. Thank you very much. But again, in the way that it's not funny because it happens in too many families where, yeah, okay, especially the mother-in-laws kind of are interfering with the raising of children. And okay, as I said, being a guide, giving some good advice, especially when asked. Of course, if there's abuse going on, step in and wonder, whoa, first of all, what kind of daughter-in-law do I have? Or how did I raise my son? Or vice versa, right? Yes? Of course then, but in this case. So, just saying. Yeah, it looks funny. Yeah, this isn't the first time I've seen that one. That kind of been going around. And oh yeah, it's funny. Yeah. Well, I went in and I said, I'm a better grandparent than that. And I'm not. I don't. I think that I. Okay. I don't want to support something like that anymore. It's not funny. It isn't funny. I heard that my oldest granddaughter comes and says, "Hey, Rosie, did you hear about this?" Well, of course I didn't. I'm not going to look for that stuff. Where a comedian, hired by some big company, got fired because of something now that later on he posted about the on how someone looked and then compared it to his son. Okay, maybe some of you know now what I'm talking about. when they heard about that person's death, and then it was a joke. It's a bad joke. Bad jokes shouldn't be out there. Done. How about that? Don't make bad jokes. If you can't come up with something appropriate that is truly funny and kind of, okay, doesn't trample on anyone or this or that, or again, as I said in that skit with that grandma and the daughter, or it might have been the daughter-in-law and the husband over the grandchild or their child, it's not funny because it hits a little bit too much home for many out there who say, well, that's great. Thanks for making fun of that. And now kind of giving the other grandparents who really, literally don't listen when it comes to many important things in a child's body when they're growing up, this and that, okay? And they have a system established that works well within their family. And here come the grandparents and throw all to the shambles. Oh, because they can. Oh, I'm older. I'm the grandparent. I reserve some rights as a grandparent, but I never overstep when it comes to on how the parents want things done. That's not right to do. I would not have liked if anybody would have done that or tried, and that people have tried to do that with my children. And I'm not going to do that to someone else. I'm just saying. Yeah. What do we support out there with our laughter? Just saying. All right, so we are in the book of Ecclesiasticus 40. It all starts kind of with little simple things of change. No, I don't think that's funny. Yeah, I think that was very inappropriate. And I'm going to go and say something. Yeah, I did. I haven't heard anything back. Human wretchedness. There you go. Again, right on target. Human wretchedness. That's wretched. That grandmother was wretched. That's all I have to say. 40. A hard lot has been created for human beings. A heavy yoke lies on the children of Adam, from the day they come out of their mother's womb, till the day they return to the mother of them all. What fills them with foreboding and their hearts with fear is dread of the day of death. From the one who sits on a glorious throne to the wretch in dust and ashes. From the one who wears purple and a crown to the one dressed in sacking. Always fury and jealousy, turmoil and unrest, fear of death, rivalry, strife. And even at night, while he rests on his bed, his sleep only gives a new twist to his worries. Scarcely has he lain down to rest when in his sleep, as if in broad daylight, he is troubled with nightmares, like one who has escaped from a battle, and on the moment of rescue he wakes up, amazed that there was nothing to be afraid of. For all creatures, human and animal, and 7 times more for sinners, there is death and blood and strife, and the sword, disasters, famine, affliction, plague. These things were all created for the wicked, and the flood came because of them. All that comes from the earth returns to the earth, and what comes from the water returns to the sea. Oh, it's kind of good this comes up. You know what? Not going there otherwise, but again, to lay at God's feet that he created all these bad things for bad people, first of all, is not true, because good people are often involved in all that. Oh, what did I say about that joke, that skit, right? Yes? And if we look at all of this, I'm going to pick one thing, famine. It's interesting to me that in a famine, who's afflicted truly when it comes down to it, and who isn't in the exact same places where the famine happens, or used to happen. Oh, I think they still happen in some places. Where is their hunger? Why did famine happen to begin with? It's not because it was created by God. It's because of the greed of the people. And again, especially the ones who want to rule over the rest of us. Yes, you go read up on history and read up on why famines happen. Yeah. Yes, Anyway, so God has nothing to do with any of that. And Ecclesiasticus is really, 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 really short sighted if he thinks that God's involved in any of that. About as short sighted as that grandmother was in the skit. Various maxims. Whatever that means. All bribery and injustice will be blotted out, but good faith will stand forever. All ill gotten wealth will vanish like a torrent. How long ago was this written? I don't think it has happened yet. I'm just saying. Like the single thunderclap that heralds rain. When he opens his hand, he rejoices. By the same token, sinners come to ruin. I think he was drunk when he wrote all this. You don't write stuff like this down like that. If you're, how would I know? I don't. But it sounds like to me. I've talked to people who I knew that they first of all weren't sober anymore and are on drugs or something. Sometimes it happens. You come across people like that. You start talking, and you just realize very quickly you can't talk to these people. The stuff that they come up with, I'll just listen and going, well, you're nuts from head to toe. You just are. If people think that while they're drunk or on some kind of a substance that brings them to spiritual more spiritual highs or this or that, and think that a person who doesn't do that, like me, who just listens and in a sober state, absolute sober state, you're not making sense. You might make sense to yourself because of whatever's going through your head through your altered state, but you're never going to make sense when it comes down to it in reality. So, just saying, it's not going to happen too many times. And this sounds just like that. I'm reading this and I'm going, man, buddy, I don't know what you just took or what state you are in, but you don't sound normal. This does not sound right to me. It doesn't even, I mean, I'm reading it, I'm hearing it, it goes in one ear and right back out the other. Just saying. Others may be able to make more sense out of this. For me, I guess I'm just reading it. Oh, well, what does it say? What did it start out with? Human wretchedness. Maybe there will be something. I said, oh, okay, that sounds good. But from what I just heard here, it's like, first of all, if already, I'm going, well, I already talked about this. Yeah, there's people out there, they're so greedy. But what do you need millions and billions of dollars for? What for? What for? If there are still things out there that need to be taken care of, especially when it comes to the well-being of children and certain other things that easily money could take care of to start with, why have it? As I said, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I can't see people like that being happy. So what, you don't sleep? Because, somebody's going to take all your, stock market's going to cost you, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, then don't do things that put you in that state of mind where then you have no peace of mind. Yes? Okay, makes sense to me. And there's some other stuff that came up, about, okay, you know what, as I said, it's just a repetition. It's just more, as I said, he writes it down one way, then he writes it down another way. Whatever. Yeah. And again, I'm doing this for the reputation of God and what he's doing here and saying, the sinners. And it's so much about the sinners. Yeah, da, 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 da. He's not teaching. He's just pointing the finger, in my opinion. And he's letting them know you were going to get it. Well, you know what? It's been so many thousands of years later than when this has been written down, supposedly. Has anything changed? I guess we're going to be waiting a little bit longer. Okay, just saying. The sprigs of the godless will not make many branches. Really? Well, let me think. How many people are now on earth? Well, maybe they're all good. They all believe in God. That's great. Okay, wonderful. Tainted roots find only hard rock. The reed that grows by every lake and river's edge, in the first plant to be uprooted. Charity is a very paradise of blessing. Charity is a very paradise of blessing. That doesn't even make sense. And almsgiving endures forever. I mean, according to the sentence. As I said, you know what? I'm not going there. For a person of private means and one who works hard, life is pleasant. Better off than either one who finds a treasure. Why? Finding treasure is hard work. Okay, I'm just saying. Children and the founding of a city perpetuate a name. Wow, really? More esteemed than either a perfect wife. Okay. Never a perfect husband. A perfect wife is good. Wine and music cheer the heart. Mm-hmm. Better than either the love of wisdom. Flute and harp add sweetness to a song. Better than either a melodious voice. The eye longs for grace and beauty, better than either the green of spring corn. Friend or comrade, it is always well met. I'm telling you, the guy was drunk when he wrote this. He just proved me wrong. If you listen to what I just read. Better than either a wife and husband. Brothers and allies are good in times of trouble. Better than either almsgiving to the rescue. Gold and silver will steady your feet. More esteemed than either good advice, money, and strength make a confident heart. Better than either the fear of the Lord. With fear of the Lord, nothing is lacking. No need to seek for other help. Fear of the Lord is a paradise of blessing, a better protection than the highest reputation. All right, whatever. Sponging. And my child, do not live by sponging off others. Better be dead than be a sponger. Okay. A life spent in eyeing someone else's table cannot be accounted a life at all. Other people's food defiles the gullet. A wise, well brought up person will beware of doing this. With a sponger says may sound very sweet. Oh, what a sponger says may sound very sweet, but in his belly there burns a fire. Okay. As said, lots of repetition going on here, and I don't get why. Did they just have to make the Bible bigger? It has to be a big book. It has to be a big book that no one will ever read, really, to its fullest. I've been told by someone, a pretty close friend, at one time, that he had read the Bible 3 times from beginning to end. He was in prison, and so that's what he did. And and then he got out of prison, and it was not over something that I have to worry about being around him or my children. But anyway, I thought, wow, you read the Bible 3 times through. That's interesting. From beginning to end, really, all the way through. And I have to tell you, if he did, he hasn't learned much. That was my conclusion. After years and years of being friends, this and that, and then some things happen, I have to say, wow, you've not learned a thing out of that book. Or you took it exactly as people like to take it. The Bible isn't supposed to be a weapon, per se, to hit others over the head with, or take it, some of the things that are in here, written by men, that you make an excuse, because it's in the Bible, to go and hurt others, kill others. Yes? Yeah? And make it your right on how you want to protect things around you, this or that. That's not what the Bible is for. It's a textbook. It's a teaching guide for many different things. But again, it just depends on how you want to take it. There's 2 ways one can always take things. Very easily people can misunderstand, right, on how something is being taken. For example, a joke. Yes? Is this really a joke? Oh, it's a joke. Is it? Is it really a joke? Should it be just laughed off and or I do not appreciate that joke. I did not appreciate the one with the grandmother. I just don't. I think that's a bad idea to have things like that out there, because people again will take it which way. As a grandmother out there, as a grandparent, don't you want, if you have the chance to help with your grandchildren, don't you want it to be harmonious and peaceful? Do you want to be a knife? Or do you want to be a knife? A disagreement among husband and wife, where then the children may have to listen to the arguing that they have going on due to one of their grandparents? That's what you want? I don't want that. No. That joke, that skit, should not be on the internet. Should be taken off Facebook. Sorry to say it. There. If I come across it again, it wasn't my feed, stuff like this, just in my feed, just all this useless stuff on my feed. If it comes up again, I'm going to go in and say, this post needs to be taken off. This is not a good idea. This is not a good joke. It's not a good skit. This is, I did mention it in my comment that it was irresponsible and disrespectful towards the parents. So I said, I'm a grandparent of 4. I would never do what that grandmother did without the parents' consent. I wouldn't do it with the parents' consent. I'm one of those grandmothers who tells my children still, and my son-in-laws, please don't give them that. She's too young for that. That could cause allergies. Go read up on it. Guidance. Try to work with the parents, not against them. Yes? All right. That's it. That's all I have to share this morning. As far as I know, True Mother is still in detention, and I find it interesting. That's the last thing I'm going to share. I have all the time. There are, I think, hundreds, if not thousands, of people who are supporting True Parents, who are in the movement of True Parents. We are the blessed children. Yes, blessed families, blessed children, new lineage, a lineage of God. They are there singing and praying in front of the detention center. And you know what? You know what that looked like to me? That was when Jesus was praying on the mountain and asked his disciples to stay watch, stay awake and watch. Right? Yes? While I'm praying. And that looks like to me exactly like that. So stay awake. I know, I'm here. I'm not there with you. Stay awake. Make sure you take shifts if you have to, so some can go to sleep and then come back, and then you can go. Stay awake and stay watch for True Mother while she is no doubt praying in that cell. Yes. Yes. Stay vigilant. That we stay vigilant. Peaceful, vigilant, that we are aware of what's going on. Yes. Right? Yes? Okay. All right. And thank you to all who are doing that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm praying for all of you. But yes, restoration and progress right there. It's amazing. It's amazing to me. All the similarities that I see. Yeah, a little bit different, but still the same. When it comes down to it, to the fundamental things, still the same. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. Eldritch, my dearest brother in faith, I love you. Let's keep praying. It's working. I know it's working. Let's just keep at it. Everyone else out there listening and watching and praying, please, let's pray together. Yes, for a peaceful outcome. Always a peaceful outcome. Yeah? And yes, plowshares, not weapons. Growing things. Yes, not destroying them. Growing love. Yes. Yeah. Not give in to hate. Yeah. Yes. All right. And I will talk to y'all at another time.